Well, I thought I'd do a quick garden update if you can hear me over the rooster. My cucumber plant, I've got one cucumber off of it so far. A volunteer watermelon plant right there. Lettuce plant that's left over. I chopped them all down, and that one put on some more lettuce. That's the lettuce that I planted when I had my cabbages in here, but it wasn't getting any sun, so it wasn't growing. It's growing really good now. I planted some tomato plants right here. This bed. There's my Arkansas Traveler tomato plants. I've gotten a good 2 dozen tomatoes off of that plant so far, and as you can see, there are oodles of tomatoes still on it. You know, there's all over the place. But yeah, lots and lots of tomatoes, and I guess I have learned that this is an indeterminate plant in that it's going to continue to put out tomatoes during the season. Oh, and I planted some more tomato plants right here. Not sure what that is. I'll keep an eye on it though. Probably another watermelon. My squash plants are still doing pretty good. They haven't put out a whole lot lately, but I think that's because of the heat. And if you look real close, you see down there inside that? A little bumblebee. Oh, there he goes. He just flew away. But they've actually come out several feet past, right there is the edge of the bed. So they've come out into my pathway here. But I'm going to go ahead and let them keep going until they start dying back, and then I'll pull them out. Here's my stevia plant. I cut part of it off, but I put it in my refrigerator, and unfortunately my refrigerator malfunctioned and it froze the plants. So what I'll do is I'll cut off this other half and put it immediately into the dehydrator, and that way I don't have to worry about it. My herb bed is not doing all that hot, but I've got some plants here that I need to cut down and save seed off of. Those are my marigolds, and as you can see, they're drooping. I think that's watermelon that came up in my pot over there. Not really sure. I do have a watermelon though. Let me go on the other side of the garden, and I'll show you. There's my lavender. It's doing really well. And here's one of my pepper plants. As you can see, it's got all kinds of little itty bitty blooms on it. I guess it's getting ready to start putting out some serious peppers, which is good because I've been waiting. I got one pepper off of it so far. But these are my jalapenos, and let's see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's loads of peppers up in there. Move my finger out of the way, you might be able to see better. And then here's, let's see, can you see those? I've got loads of jalapenos coming in, which is a good thing. And this is my eggplant. It has not grown, it has not done anything, it's just sitting there. And here's another jalapeno. It's got some little jalapenos on it. And that's my moneymaker tomato plant. I've gotten a few tomatoes off of it, but not too awful many. But I think that's because of the heat. And see, it's got a lot of flowers on it. So hopefully soon, that big sprawling plant will give me something. Oh, the watermelon. That's what I came over here for. Right here. Itty bitty little watermelon. About the size of a golf ball. I was kind of tickled about that this morning. And my strawberry bed's doing pretty good. The heat's been taking its toll because it's a raised bed. It's off the ground. So it hasn't been getting a lot of... It's having a hard time retaining water, I'll put it that way. This end is suffering much more than that end. But I've been trying to keep it watered every night. And as you can see, I've got a few little blooms over here. And these, since I'm out here, are my 8 little chicks that I hatched from eggs. I've got them in the dog kennel out here. There's 8 of them in there. They're looking a little scruffy looking, but that's just the stage that they're in. Getting in all their little feathers. But, yep. Kind of smells out here. I move this cage around every couple of days onto some fresh ground so that they can get at the grass and whatnot. You can see where I just had it recently. I just moved it this morning. But anyway, that's my garden so far. Later. Oh, and my in-ground garden. There's one of my pepper plants. There's another one. See, it's got a little green pepper growing on it. And that one's got one on it, although it doesn't look all that healthy. I don't know if you can see that or not. And that one right there has one on it. That one hasn't produced anything yet. And then I've got all my tomato plants, and I'm just going to have to do something with them because they look horrible. Some of my tomatoes, these ones right here, for some reason I'm getting blossom end rot. They look great, but then when they start to ripen, the ends turn black. Chickens have been having a field day with them, though, because I just chuck them out. See, there's a nice little ripening tomato right there. But they're just kind of sprawling. But I am getting tomatoes out of them. And my trellis is just falling apart. I don't know what the deal is with that. I think the rabbits got in there. We have a wild rabbit, and it bit through one of the things, and it's just fallen apart since then. They've been tearing up my husband's bean plants. So I guess he's not going to get any yard-long beans like he wanted. Oh well. Such is life. I might see if I can find some more seed for next year and protect it better. Yeah. Anyway, this is my in-ground garden. Not doing all that hot, but hey, it's doing okay.